Hello? Hello? I still can't hear you all. Hello? There it is. I can now see all the energy coming back. So, on behalf of Desh Apnaye, I would like to once again extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries, principals, teachers, and students. I'm Shruti Thakkar, your host once again. The mission of Desh Apnaye is to create actisans, alert, informed, and active citizens through its programs in partnership with 900 plus schools spread over 14 states in India. The mission rests on its three pillars: citizenship, education, volunteerism, and neighborhood. We thank you for your constant support and participation. Without further ado, let's start the program.
भारत देश हमारा है, मेरा है, तुम्हारा है। इसकी रक्षा उन्नति में, भाग्य विकास हमारा। देश हमारा है, मेरा है, तुम्हारा है।
इसकी रक्षा उन्नति में, भाग्य विकास हमारा है।
भारत देश हमारा है, मेरा है, तुम्हारा है।
इसकी रक्षा उन्नति में, भाग्य विकास हमारा है। आओ हम सब देश अपनाए, चलता है को दूर भगाए, भविष्य बचाए, भाग्य बनाए। अगर हम चाहे सुख शांति स्वेच्छा का जीवन, जरूरी है हम सब पर कर्तव्यों का भी हो पालन। अगर हम चाहे सुख शांति स्वेच्छा का जीवन, जरूरी है हम सब पर कर्तव्यों का भी हो पालन। आओ हम सब देश अपनाए, चलता है को दूर भगाए, भविष्य बचाए, भाग्य बनाए।
चुने हम अच्छी सी सरकार और दिल से पूरा सहकार, हो उचित तो करे विरोध, देश हित की यही पुकार।
चुने हम अच्छी सी सरकार और दिल से पूरा सहकार, हो उचित तो करे विरोध, देश हित की यही पुकार। आओ हम सब देश अपनाए, चलता है को दूर भगाए, भविष्य बचाए, भाग्य बनाए।
से पुराना, फिर बनेगा राष्ट्र महान। हम तुम नित्य बने बेहतर, बेहतर बेहतर और महान।
आओ हम सब देश अपनाए, चलता है को दूर भगाए, भविष्य बचाए, भाग्य बनाए। मेरा प्रांत पूरब पश्चिम,
मेरा ही है उत्तर दक्षिण, देश की प्रगति मेरा जिम्मा।
लेता हूँ मैं प्रण प्रतिक्षण,
मेरा प्रांत पूरब पश्चिम,
मेरा ही है उत्तर दक्षिण, देश की प्रगति मेरा जिम्मा।
लेता हूँ मैं प्रण प्रतिक्षण। भारत देश हमारा है,
मेरा है तुम्हारा है, इसकी रक्षा उन्नति में भाग्य विकास हमारा है। आओ हम सब देश अपनाए, चलता है को दूर भगाए, भविष्य बचाए, भाग्य बनाए।
Can I request that we have the pledge on the screen? Did everybody enjoy the song, the composition, the tune? No, louder. I'm only going to say one thing. You've got to be louder. So, would you like to join me and sing the first two lines of the pledge? Everybody join me in the first two lines. Come on. And loudly. I want to hear you all. Loudly.
भाग्य विकास हमारा है, देश अपनाए, चलता है को दूर भगाए, भविष्य बचाए, भाग्य बनाए।
Thank you. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Now, I'd like to take a moment to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries. Our chief guest, Mr. Harsh Mariwala, founder and chairman of Marico Industries and Marico Innovation Foundation, and Ashwini Iyer Tiwari, award-winning filmmaker and writer, and the chief of our grand jury. I request Sri Vallabh Bhansali to please come up on stage and give a token of our appreciation to the dignitaries and invite them on stage.
Good afternoon. We had a lovely jury session in the morning, and now we have the most exciting award ceremony here. A warm welcome to my old friend and one of the brightest sons of India, Harsh Mariwala. I had the privilege of going to college with Harsh many, many years ago, almost 50 years now. But what he has done for India, he converted a small wholesale commodity trading company. He took a part of that activity and built the most respected Indian consumer goods company. 3 cheers for him. His company has been known to introduce some of the most innovative corporate practices. A finance person could become an HR person could become a salesperson, such that the big celebrated foreign FMCG companies, fast-moving consumer goods companies are called FMCG companies, they all look up to him and the practices that he introduced. More importantly, not satisfied with the success on personal front, he decided to create an innovation movement in the country. And for more than 15 years, he's been at it. And every aspect of that innovation movement is worth studying. So it is fantastic that in this Actizen Award ceremony, where students 12 to 14 years from across the country have made an attempt to find innovative solutions in 5 silos, which are Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. And in their own way, at that young age, instead of becoming, complainers and grunters, they have chosen to find solutions. Maybe they are age appropriate, maybe they are way beyond their age, and I think you will hear more about it. May I invite you on stage? And our chief of jury and also the chief guest for the afternoon program, Ashwini Ji Iyer. You all know her for the panga she can take with the whole country. Most innovative woman-based stories she has converted into such phenomenal films. She herself is from advertising background and great perspective about life, innovation, and progress.
I now request our founder, Shri Vallabh sir, to talk about Desh Apnaye.
I was an investment banker and an investor for many, many years. And I saw India change. Maybe I played 0.001% part in that. But it pained me to see that what potential we had and how little we were achieving. And that's how I thought of Desh Apnaye, that only if we looked at India's problems as opportunities, we looked at our role as citizens, not just making demands. It suits a lot of people to make you demanding. It suits nobody to make you aware of duties. And that's how we thought that, look, along with rights must come duties. And with that idea, this whole idea of, or the whole concept of Desh Apnaye came into existence about 5 years ago. Some schools, particularly HVB Academy, the school I went to, helped us shape that idea. And in this last 5 years, we have gone from a few schools to hundreds of schools, from just annual awards for schools to now we have national awards, we have Actizen Awards. It is remarkable that these 3 qualities that we are talking about here, alert, informed, and active, how they apply to every aspect of your life. When do you start studying for your exams? Come on, tell me, kids. You wait until it becomes almost too late, right? Why? Because you're not alert about the exams. And many times you don't know what the timetable is, what the curriculum is this in my portion? You're not informed. And your parents are after you, come on, it's study time, you have to do this, you have to do that. They're constantly reminding you. If you form these 3 habits, they will change all aspects of your life. You don't have to be reminded about your health, about your friendships, about your relationships, about your studies, everything else. So it's a whole movement to create a citizenry which just becomes habituated to being alert about what's happening. And tell me now, how many of you are here on WhatsApp, have internet access? How many? Very young age to be already on it, right? And that makes you better informed or often badly informed? Both. So it is going to be an increasing problem to be correctly informed. Increasing problem. And there again, the quality of alertness will come that before I believe anything, have I applied my common sense? Have I checked it out? And fortunately, internet does these wonderful things. It provides you bad things, but it also provides you most wonderful things. And you can check out whatever. So I think I will not go on. Today we have the wonderful 2 chief guests here to tell you more about it. But over these 5 years, we've been able to associate with some of the most remarkable schools. And one of them happens to be a Calcutta school. Calcutta school, Mamoon Bhai Akhtar, he has come all the way from Kolkata. It's a school founded by somebody who did not complete his school education. Almost by an accident, he was prompted to take up a few slum children to start teaching them because they were so keen to learn. And over the last 16 years, or कितने साल हो गए मामून भाई? हाँ? So over that period, the school is now teaching 3,000 children. 7,000 children. The number keeps growing. This is one of the, I don't like using the expression, but I have been to that slum, and it's the Basti kind of place. It's a terrible place to go to. But he has created a heaven there, that how this school does all these impact communities around it, and they created water warriors, and they continuously participate in Desh Apnaye activities. We have had an amazing experience. Change takes time. Most people don't believe in change. They're afraid of change. But today, we are also excited to get students from all over, teachers, principals, parents, who are joining this movement of change. And this change is to make our country the best democracy, not only largest democracy. And the second message that we give in our anthem or give in our pledge is, Bhavishya Bachaye. If we are not alert, somebody else is writing our future. And we see that all the time. I do want to remind you, children, that in our own lifetimes, right? Harsh and Ashwini and us, in our own lifetimes, in the last 10, 20 years, we have seen countries sink. Do you know the story of Afghanistan? Do you know what has happened in Iraq, Syria? In the last 25 years, those countries have gone through hell. So as citizens, if we are not alert, we are not fighting for our rights given to us, we do not do our part, what we say in the pledge does apply, Bhavishya Bachaye, and we have the option of doing Bhagya Banaye. So it's a momentous day for us. It's been a 5-year journey for Desh Apnaye. I want to thank all my team members that it's a journey into darkness. We didn't know where to start. How will we get people to think about the country? Everyone talks about routes. How will we make an appeal to think of their duties also? At what age we will start? What programs we'll give to school? So many schools, principals, teachers have come forward, and this is building into a great movement. I want to congratulate for all the teams and their mentors who got selected by the jury today morning. The announcements will be made shortly. I'm sure they put in a lot of hard work. We couldn't give an award to all the schools, more than 100 schools who, who submitted their solutions to us. Look forward to seeing a much bigger hall with much greater presence and much more cutting-edge solutions. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much, sir. I now invite our chief guest, Mr. Harsh Mariwala, to say a few words to us. Thank you.
So, good afternoon. Louder, louder. Thank you. So, first, let me start by congratulating my friend Vallabh for starting this movement. I think it's very noble. And actually, he's seeding very, very important messages in schools which will hopefully change our country for better. And all of you are ambassadors of that. So, Vallabh, congratulations to you. I am very honored to be here in front of you and be the chief guest for this award function. I remember going to school more than 50 years back. I went to a Gujarati medium school. So the name of the school was New Era High School in Bombay. And the school was, I must say, very innovative. Some of the innovative practices which I went through was that when you appeared for annual exams, you did not know the subject on that particular day. So you will go and then they'll take out lots. So today, when you go there, today is maths, tomorrow is English. So one did not know until the last day when the last subject was left, you knew that that was the subject. But that was one innovation I vividly remember. The other thing I remember is that they trusted students. So we had exams where there was nobody to monitor us. It was completely a room where only the students were there. There was no teachers, there were nobody, so, and acted on a very high degree of trust. And believe me that there was nobody cheating in that trust room because actually there was nobody except students. And I still remember that in these two innovations, which I'm sure have played some role in my own journey, because I went through a lot of innovations post that. But I thought these were very good practices started by the school based on very high degree of trust, based on the fact that you have to be good at all subjects and you need not learn each subject the day prior to your exam, but you have to be good at all subjects. And as and when the exam comes for the subject, you appear for that exam and do well. So some thoughts in terms of what I could tell you. I think first of all, I strongly believe that each individual on this earth has a God-given gift. The key thing is many of us don't know what is our God-given gift. You may call it something like genetic coding, which has come to you, but many a times we don't know what is our gift. And I always tell people that please gather a group of friends, your family, those whom you know, and try and work on identifying what are your God-given gifts. Because we ourselves have blind spots and we don't know what is our gifts. And I went through a similar process much, much later in my life, and I realized that I had some gifts which I was not aware of. And at the same time, all of us have weaknesses. Each individual has some weakness. So we are more aware of our weaknesses than our strengths. And normally what happens is that we tend to spend more energy in improving on our weaknesses rather than strengthening our strengths. My viewpoint is that you have to spend about 75% of your efforts in improving your strengths because that's your area where you'll be passionate about. And 25% should be in improving your weakness, unless you have some fatal flaws in terms of your weaknesses. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you, that concentrate on your strengths and leverage your strengths for your future. So whether it's education you're preferring as you go forward in college, or the career you're starting in terms of a job or a business you're doing, I think you should be focused on your area of strength. Because if that happens, then your chances of success will be much higher. And more importantly, you'll enjoy the journey because that's what you're good at. And many times I find that some parents force their children to take, I remember many years back there was the IT revolution, everybody wanting to study IT and going into IT schools, irrespective of their strengths. For some, yes, it worked, but many others who were not good at that particular subject, I'm sure they didn't do well. So the key thing is to look at what are the opportunities and then leverage your strengths. I think the other thing I wanted to talk to you was focus. Each of us have many, many options in life in terms of our career, our preferences, the sports we are playing, the hobbies we are pursuing. And if you really want to excel at what you're doing, then I believe that you need to bring in focus in your lives, which means that you should select a few things where you are very good at and go all out rather than trying to do too many things. So there's a saying, you can't be jack of all trades. If you are jack of all trades, you are master of none because you're trying to do too many things. And that's also applicable in business. In business, we say that let's be focused on a few things rather than trying to do too many things. And that's the mantra I followed in my life, that be focused and try to do them well so that focus leads to depth and depth leads to excellence. So be focused in your journey, make your choices, and go all out to be successful. I'm sure you've done well in school and you're doing exceedingly well, and all of you, I'm sure, will succeed in future. But handling success is more difficult than handling failures. Because success, especially if you really achieve something very, very high, your success is very, very good, or you do something which you really excel at. Sometimes it leads to ego, And if you have that ego, then actually your learning stops because you think you know it all. But every person goes through a learning curve in their journey on a perpetual basis. You can't say that I know it all. On a daily basis, you will go through learning curve, newer experiences, the environment changes, the situations change. And many times we don't know whether we have the right answers. And if you have the ego, then nobody will tell you that this is the way to do it and not the way you think you want to do. So it's very important to let go of ego and be open to listening to others. And the other thing I find in the Indian society is that there is a fear of failure. The Indian parents want all their children to succeed, and if there's a failure, it's looked down upon. But in any innovation, in anything which you want to do discontinuous, you have to experiment. And many a times, that experiment will fail. But if you are always scared, and if you have that fear of failure, you will stop experimenting. So it's okay to fail. I failed multiple times in my own journey in terms of launching new products or some decisions I've taken. But in most cases, out of those failures, there has been some learning. So there's a saying, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. I say sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Because out of that failure, you learn something. I can say that many a times when some of our new products have not done well, we have incorporated those failures and launched something else which has won later. And because there was learning out of that failure. So don't be afraid to take risks and experiment. And there's a nice poem which I always like to talk about. The poem is on risk. I'll read out. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out to another is to risk involvement. To explore feelings is to risk exposing our true self. To place your ideas, your dreams before the crowd is to risk loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try at all is to risk failure. but to risk we must, because the greatest hazard in our lives is to risk nothing. The man, the woman who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, is nothing. So, I'm saying that please, as you go forward in future, take risks, experiment. It's okay to fail, but whenever there's a failure, learn from it and take the next step after incorporating that learning. I also feel that each of us has a certain purpose in our lives, and that reminds me of, I don't know the name of the person who was at a similar audience. He asked people, what are the 2 most important days in your life? And if I asked you, can you give some occasions which are the most important days in your life? I want some answers. Sorry? Birthday? Yeah, the day you were born, of course. Some more? The 2 most important days. Sorry? Birth anniversary. Birth anniversary. Death anniversary. But then I want, in a life, the most important days. When you're alive, not when you know. So when you achieve something, okay, fine. Some more? When we fail, okay. So, I would say the first one, which is very important, the day you were born. And when I ask the second question, I get answers. Say the day I got my first job, the day I became a parent, the day I graduated out of school. We get those kind of answers. But the second answer is not so obvious. Actually, it is the second most important day is the day you realize why you were born. Because each person on this earth is sent for a certain purpose. And you need to identify your purpose, that why are you on this earth and what can you do in your individual capacity to make this world a better place to live in. So, each of us comes empty-handed, goes empty-handed. What can each of us give something back to this world is something which I think each person has to identify. And I'm not saying you need to identify the day you were born or when you are young. Many times we realize all this when we start making a career, start making money and all that. When at that stage we say, what else, And that time normally that purpose comes to your mind when you're a little older. And when you start realizing, okay, why I'm beyond money, there is something more I have to do. And that's where you start identifying what is your purpose in life. Just like Vallabh is saying that I have to work with schools and work a lot in the area of how do we make all of you better citizens, what impact can we make in India. So I've also identified my purpose to do with innovation, to do with helping entrepreneurs, and also I work a lot in the area of mental health in terms of helping others. But the key thing, and I'm not saying that it has to be a big initiative, it could be a very small initiative, it could be the best children for your parents. Whatever it is, and that purpose can change over a period of time. But the key thing is to identify what can you do in life apart from just being good at school, being good at studies, making a good career, making money and things beyond that. Let me end by saying that I think there are some parents here, are there? And there are some teachers here. I realized that when I was very young, I was not grateful to my parents, for whatever reason. And when I became a parent, I realized that what my parents had gone through in terms of raising me. So I think it's very important that all of you as children realize that it takes enormous energy, effort, love, sacrifice, which the parents have put for your success. And you need to realize that. And I want each of you, when you meet your parents, to give them a big hug, thank them, and say what you have done for us is something which we are very proud of. And I think the same thing is applicable to the teachers also. Teachers do a lot, and I'm sure whoever teachers are there, present there, give them a big, big hand. So, I end my talk by saying, wishing you all the best, attain more success, glories, learn to handle success and failures in life, And to sum up what I have said, identify and leverage your God-given gifts. Learn to handle success and don't be afraid of failures and setbacks. Bring focus in your life and purpose in your life, and be grateful to those who have played a role in your journey, whether it's parents, teachers, or friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. The words were truly inspiring. I think everyone in the room is now going to at least take home a few points that you've said and work towards a better career. Before we move on to the most awaited part of the evening, the awards, the Actizin Awards and the Desh Apnaye Awards, I want to tell you a little more about the contest. The Actizin contest was designed to combine the three H, the head, the heart, and the hand, to function together as a part to achieve Democracy 2.0. A contest format definitely adds challenge and keeps the contestants on their toes. And in the process, they become actizens, alert, informed, and active citizens. We're happy to share that over 11,000 students participated in the Actizin contest, and more than 800 schools engaged in a series of activities over the past year as a part of an effort to bring about a civic revolution in the country. The contest was open to students from grade 7 to 9, wherein the students had to answer knowledge-based questions for the head part, problem-solving questions for the heart, and community service for the hand in the first stage of the contest. There were 5 themes aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, out of which the contestants were free to choose any one goal. In the stage 2, the contestants competed in teams and presented scalable and innovative solutions relevant to their neighbors. 100+ teams submitted their project proposals that were assessed by a team of external evaluators and experts. Only 10 teams made it to the presentation that happened this morning and were able to present in front of the grand jury. The grand jury comprised of Ms. Ashwini Iyer Tiwari. She was the chief of the jury. She's an award-winning filmmaker and director. Mr. Ashok Bhansali, founder and trustee of Bhansali Trust. Yes, the applause should keep coming. Mr. Cyrus Gazdar, chairman and managing director of AFL Private Limited. Mr. Kiran Kalap, MD and co-founder of Chlorophyll. And Ms. Minnie Menon, award-winning journalist and author. A little louder applause for the jury. We're definitely sure the jury had a hard time deliberating and selecting the winners. Please put your hands together for all our contestants who presented today. A big round of applause for everyone. I'd now like to invite Ms. Ashwini Iyer Tiwari to share her thoughts and the experience of the grand jury session. A round of applause for her, please.
I'm not going to take too much time because I know all of you all are just waiting who's going to get that award and, all that. And then you'll have to rejoice and then you'll go back to school and then you all will be the heroes for that time. But like I said before, all the 10 contestants who are there here are all heroes in our minds, in our eyes. But yes, we have to choose that's what it is, right? There's always a first, always a second, and always a third. And this time, I think we have a fourth also. So congratulations, everyone. The only one thing which all of us as juries were looking was for that one big idea. Like Sir said, that innovation is the most important thing. And instead of seeing multiple ideas, we were looking for that one big idea which can make a change. And that change is very important is because you may go from this room out there and say, yeah, we won an idea, we won an award. But for us, for Vallabhji, I think it is that one big idea where he will make sure that can he can at least try to make sure that it reaches enough people and it can be implemented. And I truly believe that India is a country of innovation. The youngsters out here are the future of this country. So rather than going outside the country and innovating for them, may as well innovate for us and be the citizens of this country to innovation.
Thank you so much. Are you all ready for the most awaited part of the evening? Yes. No. Louder. Yes. Once more, louder. Yes. Thank you. I now request our esteemed dignitaries to give away the awards. We're starting with the Actizen Awards. The first one, Most Active Actors in Schools, and they were determined by maximum participation in Stage 1. Let's start. Podar International School, CBSE Pavai, Principal, Ms. Priya Rajwade. Next is Guru Shri Shanti Vijay Jain Vidyalaya, and the principal is Mr. Vardharajan. Next, SJT Surana Jain Vidyalaya, and the principal is Miss J. Swarnalata. AM Jain School, and the principal, Miss Malini S. Priyadarshini School, CBSE, Indrayani Nagar, and the principal, Miss Gayatri Jakan. So the next Most Active Actors in School award goes to Srimati C.D. Gandhi English Medium School, and the principal is Mr. Manoj Bhai Patel. Next up, we have DCM Presidency School, and the principal is Miss Rajni Karla. A big round of applause. The applause shouldn't stop. Keep it coming. The next Most Active Actors in School award goes to the PSBB Millennium School, OMR. The Cathedral and John Connon Middle School, and the principal is Mrs. D. Bhattacharya. C.N. Vidyalaya and the principal, Mr. Praful Chandra Patel. Sri Ram Krishna Public School and the principal is Miss Padmaja Sarasa. Keep the applause coming. The next most active Actors in School award goes to HVB Global Academy and the principal is Dr. Chandrakanta Pathak. Next up, we have awards of the Actors in Contests. Can you guess who's the winner? Can we have some people shouting, what do you think? Who do you think won the contest? Only they think they won. Nobody else? Come on, give me an... Anybody? Okay, let's find out. So, the judges have only chosen the top 3 schools because they had a really hard time deliberating and they said we aren't choosing any more other than the top 3. We have to choose. Everybody else is on the same level and we're going to announce them alphabetically. So we start with Children's Academy Ashok Nagar, Mumbai. And the team is CA and Changemaker. Come on up. Applause. These students have worked really hard on the presentation, so you must applaud every team rather loudly. Next, we have Gurukul Academy, Ponda, Goa, and the name of the team is Gurukul Gems. A big round of applause for Gurukul Academy. Project, no. Gurukul Academy did a wonderful presentation on quality education. Everyone's right, let's provide it. Come on. Next up, we have Lodha World School Palawa. The team name is Aqua Amrut and their project was on clean water, a resource for all, let's conserve it. A bigger round of applause. Next up, we have Mata Harki Devi Senior Secondary School, Haryana. Their team was MHDNs. They presented the video online. Next up, we have Pawar Public School, Chandivali, Mumbai, and their team name was Aquanaut. And the topic was clean water, a resource for all, let's conserve it. Come on, give a big round of applause for all the hard work that these students have put in their presentations. Next, we have Podar International School, CBSE, Powai, Mumbai. The team is Eco Freak, and the topic was quality education. Everyone's right, let's provide it. A big, big round of applause. Please keep the applause coming. Next up, we have St. Mary's English Medium School from Nellore, and the topic was pollution and climate change. Let's combat it, and the team name is Learning Minds. The jury would like to have a special mention for this team because they loved their presentation and they found it absolutely fantastic. So a big, big round of applause for their presentation. Now, can anybody guess who are the top 3 teams? We will request all the 3 teams to come up on stage together. I will be announcing the order together, and once I do, after that, please do come on stage. Second runner-up, DCM Presidency School, Ludhiana. The team is Aqua Saviors. The first runner-up, can we have the remaining 2 teams also come up on stage? Who do you think is the winner? I can't hear, you have to be loud. Who is the winner? The first runner-up is Carroll's Public School, Katlodia, with the team Social Activist, and the winner is PSPB Millennium School, ONR, and the team Raksha. Please give a huge round of applause. Let the applause continue. Don't let the applause stop. The students have worked rather hard on the presentations. They've actually done activities to test the theory, so you have to continue applauding. Louder applause. And now, it's time for our winners. PSBB Millennium School OMR. A huge round of applause. The applause shouldn't stop. Come on, keep it coming.
This is an idea which I think we as a jury felt was a big idea. Moringa for the world is Moringa. It is like this really cool looking name and sounding name where we felt, I didn't even know for the longest time it was just drumsticks. And when a lot of international products started using Moringa in creams, in organic eating, and in seeds and everything, it was like, wow, who's this? What is this product? Why is it so famous in the West? And then we realized it's our own thing. It's like drumsticks of all the things. So taking a simple ingredient like drumstick, I'll not call it moringa now, I'll call it drumstick, taking the seeds and talking about, truly talking about water purification, truly talking about climate change, what is the need of the hour, and such a simple idea. A simple idea, so simple that it's like the best innovation one can have, maybe in a small level or maybe on an India level. And I hope, I'm sure Vallabhji is going to do something about it now. So, yeah, so congratulations. I got very excited about this. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Applause, applause, applause. Keep it coming, keep it coming. They're the winners of the contest for today. Let's not forget, more than 11,000 students participated in the contest, and we have our winners. We now move on to some special awards. We all heard this, the pledge of Desh Apnaye earlier today. We loved the rhythm, didn't we? So it's only befitting that we celebrate and award the composer. The rhythm of Desh Apnaye, composer Mr. Prabhakar Gupta, the name on school HVB Global Academy, Mumbai. A big round of applause for Mr. Prabhakar. I would also like to invite the students who performed this song earlier today to also join Ms. Prabhakar on stage. The students. In today's tech world, it's only befitting that we also have this category, the biggest social media fan. And the winner is Miss Anna Narang, Das and Brown World School, Firozpur, Punjab. May I request Miss Karina to come on stage? Next, we have the Actors and Torchbearer Award. And And the winner is Mrs. Preeti Dabale, Singhat Springdale School, Pune. A big, big round of applause. Let the applause continue. And now, we move on to the Desh Apnai Awards. The first category is the Desh Apnai Champion School. Please note, all the awards are in alphabetical order, but they are all our absolute champions. The first one is Appa Saheb Bhaurao Patil English Medium School, Satara. The principal, Miss Megha Pawar. Champion teacher, Miss Sneha Pardeshi. Can we have a big round of applause? Next up, Gurukul Academy, Ponda, Goa. Principal, Mrs. Bharti Jadhav, and champion teacher, Mrs. Vidya Shetkar. A big round of applause. The next Desh Apnai Champion School is HVB Global Academy with the principal Dr. Chandrakanta Pathak, the champion teacher Miss Tanzila Rakhangi. Can we have a big round of applause? Next, we have Our Lady of Rosary High School, the principal, Sir Antoinette Colaco, and the champion teacher, Miss Antoinette D'Souza. Next up, we have Pawar Public School, Dombivli, Principal Mrs. Ishita Chaudhary, and the champion teacher, Dr. Mrs. Medhavi Ganesh. Can we have applause for the team? Next up, we have Samaritan Help Mission High School, Principal Mr. Vinod Ram, champion teacher Mr. Khalid Nawaz from Calcutta. This deserves an extremely loud round of applause because sirs come all the way from Kolkata. The next Desh Apnaye champion school is Srimati Chandabai Pagaria Jain Matriculation Higher Secondary School. The principal, Mrs. T. Vijaya Lakshmi, champion teacher, Mrs. H. Shammuga Priya from Chennai. Can we have a big round of applause? Our next Desh Apnaye champion school is St. John Universal School, Principal Miss Shalini Jaiswal, champion teacher Miss Pratima Upadhyay from Mumbai. It's only because of having partner schools that the message of Desh Apnaye has spread as far as it has. So a big round of applause for all our champion schools. The next up, we have St. Mary's High School SSE, Principal Father Jude Fernandez, and champion teacher Mrs. Noreen Kutti. Last but not the least, the Cathedral and John Connon High School, Principal Mrs. D. Bhattacharya and champion teacher Miss Ritu Pasricha from Mumbai. Let's have a big round of applause. It's only because of constant support and consistent participation that we've been able to spread the message of Desh Apnaye. So the next award is for the Desh Apnaye Most Consistent School, and the award goes to Pawar Public School, Kandivali, champion teacher Miss Pramila Manjunath from Mumbai. It's true what they say. Our teachers have a big responsibility of shaping the students and, of course, the future of our country. So, how could we not celebrate the Desh Apnaye Champion Teachers? And that's exactly what the next award is, the Desh Apnaye Champion Teachers. There is no particular order, and we'll be calling out the teachers in alphabetical order. Because they are teachers and some students here must definitely have engaged with them. So I'm going to request a huge round of applause for every teacher that walks on this stage. Can you demonstrate how loud an applause are you going to do? Can we make it louder? Take it up a notch up. Now that's what I'm talking about. First, I'm going to call on Miss Sheetal Sharma Patwa from Children's Academy, Ashok Nagar, Mumbai. The next Desh Apnaye champion teacher is Miss Gauri Sachin Bhave, Children's Academy, Malad, Mumbai. Next, we have Miss Reshma Shah, Children's Academy, Thakur Complex, Mumbai. So many Children's Academy teachers. Come on, we need a bigger round of applause. Next, we have Mr. Manjadar Singh, DC Model Secondary School, Firozpur, Punjab. Can we have Miss Karina accept the award? Next, we have Miss Mamta Joshi, DD Middle School, Ambala, Haryana. I would request Miss Karina to just hang on because it's Miss Karina Alak, DCM Presidency School, Ludhiana. A big round of applause. We just did a demonstration. Louder. And her team was also the second runner-up, so they need an even louder applause. Next we have is Miss Anna Narang, Das and Brown World School, Firozpur, Punjab. Next up, we have Miss Namita Kulkarni, Lodha World School, Palava, Mumbai. Next up, we have Miss Kavita Singh, Lodha World School, Thane. Miss Deepika Padwal, Mukul Madhav Vidyalaya, Ratnagiri. Next, we have Mr. Vardarajan, Guru Sri Shanti Vijay Jain Vidyalaya, Chennai. Miss Binita Negi, Narmada Carlocks Public School, Bharuch, Gujarat. Mrs. Seema Nair, Pawar Public High School, Bhandup. Miss Swati Singh, Pawar Public High School, Chandivali, Mumbai. Miss Neha Pandey, Podar International School, Powai, Mumbai. Mrs. Divya Prabha, Prelude Public School, Agra. Miss Sri Vidya Iyengar, Sri B.S. Mutha Girls Secondary, Senior Secondary School, Chennai. Mrs. Anubhuti Singh Chundawat, Sri Pragya Public School, Vijaynagar, Ajmer, Rajasthan. Now that's an applause. Can we have one more round of applause by everybody for all the teachers? Next up, we have Mr. Koilamudi Sridhar, Sri Rama Rural Academy, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Next we have Miss Janice Fernandez, St. Stanislaus High School, Mumbai. And the last Desh Apnaye Champion Teacher for today award goes to Sonia Munjal, the Sirsa School, Sirsa, Haryana. Please give a huge round of applause for the contestants, the champion teachers, the schools, because without their participation and support, Desh Apnaye wouldn't be where and how it is today. That was not a loud applause. I want a louder applause. Thank you so much, dignitaries. You could have a seat. I now request Sri Vallabh sir to come on.
I'm very happy that my friend and my guide in this whole journey, Mr. Kiran Khalap, is here today. Kiran is, as we introduced him in the morning, that Kiran is a top advertising brand consultant, but also a very powerful speaker and an author. And a few months back, I thought that we could do with an advisor like him. He immediately took up the idea, very excited about it. And he's actually a brand ambassador evangelist every talk that he gives. And there's at least one talk a week that he will make it a point to talk about Actizen. So Kiran, I would be very happy if you came and shared some of your perspective on this journey and what else we could do.
I don't know how many of you are aware that I was a school teacher. Does anybody know that? So I was a school teacher for, somebody knows that, there is one young boy over there. So I was a school teacher for 4 years. I was 20 years old. I was very inspired by a philosopher called J. Krishnamurti. So on the day that my college exams were over, I ran away from home with the permission of my parents and taught for 4 years. I taught everything that I knew. So one of the things that happened that was deeply embedded in me, because I read so much about Mr. J. Krishnamurti and I walked with him and I listened to him and I had breakfast with him, was the entire notion that the individual is in reality, society is only a concept. And that has gone so deep inside me that I know that a single individual can change society. So Vallabhbhai might have started as an investor, but the kind of things that he single-handedly has created has changed a lot in India. All of you here are examples of what the kind of change that he has brought about. So when Vallabhbhai said, you know, I think I need somebody to walk with me, because this is I heard this beautiful phrase that sometimes the only transport you have is a leap of faith, and activism is a leap of faith. So he said, I need somebody, a fellow pilgrim, to come with me on this, and let's see how it goes. So as both of us keep saying to each other, we just took a deep breath and decided to take up this journey. In my mind, this hall is full today. Hopefully, in the years to come, we'll have a stadium where we will have youngsters like you coming and presenting stunning ideas that can change the world. As was mentioned, one of the two great important influences in our lives, one is our parents and the second is our teachers. So we say that if you have the genetic lottery, then you get great parents. If you have a school lottery, then you get great school teachers. So today was the culmination of the journey that started. I don't say I'm just happy. I was actually moved by some of the youngsters who made the presentations. I am very sure this is going to be like a silent revolution. This will end the negativity that is sometimes seen in media, and it underlines the faith that younger and younger citizens of India are becoming activists. Younger and younger children are looking for change and bringing that change about. So this is the concept of Democracy 2.0. I hope you all participate again. We are going to start the activism contest again. I hope you participate again. I hope you bring newer and newer ideas. And thank you for including me in this great journey. Thank you, Vallabhbhai.
Thank you so much, sir. I now invite Shri Vallabh Bhansali to give the vote of thanks.
The most beautiful expression, the most powerful emotion that a human being can have is that of gratitude. I feel extremely grateful to each one of you, all the principals and all the teachers of these hundreds of schools who have partnered Desh Apnaye in a task which is actually not mine. It's a task that belongs to all of us, about which we are alert to different degrees. But that's how it is. Not all of us will be equally alert about things. But the journey has begun. And we have changing the attitude, as we like to say, देश अपनाएं, कि शिकायत नहीं, शुरुआत करो. शिकायत करना बहुत आसान है, but do something about it. So all the students, all the teachers, all the principals who have participated in this contest, who have been partners of Desh Apnaye in the last year and have been the winners of various awards, and those who have not won the awards but have been partners with us for years together. And how do I thank my friends on the jury and Harsh for coming? These are extremely busy people. To get a date with Ashwini Iyer, it takes months. But she, when I told her that, can you come and be the head of the jury, she didn't take more than a second to say yes. And then be here for the whole day. He said, I'll be there for as much time as you want. We're so grateful and touched by her generosity and her affection for us. And the other jury members. So we had Mr. Cyrus Gazdar in the morning. Mr. Cyrus Gazdar is one of the most distinguished businessmen, a conservationist, and a great champion and guardian of this Bombay city. Our great museum, Chhatrapati Shivaji Vastu Sangrahalaya, number of causes that he's associated with. We had Ashok Bhansali. Ashok Bhansali is a part of one of the largest charitable trusts in the country and very, very quiet. Every year, they do eye surgeries for the poorest of poor, numbers that are 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, numbers like that. They work with self-help groups of women across many parts of the country, mainly in Gujarat. That number is 17,000 self-help groups. And I could go on. They run one of the largest drug de-addiction program in the country, more successful and more effective than probably most of the government programs. So we had him as a part of our jury. So I think they're all these distinguished people who have been, and of course Minnie Menon runs, she was a very distinguished journalist, media person, author, and now runs a very wonderful digital platform and initiative on history. I don't know if you heard about it, Harsh, but quite amazing. And all my team members on this journey with me. Deepa, can I have you all? They're all attending to schools, principals and teachers. But Deepa, Garima, Nikhil, the ever-present, never-tiring Nikhil. Nikhil, are you here? Come, Nikhil, Deepa, Garima. Pooja, Tulika, Archana, Kalpana, and of course Chetan, Chandni, and our IT person Ashok. Thank you all for being such wonderful members of this journey. Garima, come for a quick photograph. Our chief guest has extended his time limit by a few minutes for this photograph. Some of you have traveled from long distances at short notice. And I know it's not easy to travel, particularly in the threat of coronavirus, but all of you have made it here. And some schools have made it in large numbers, so special thanks to you.
Good evening to everyone. From the side of St. Mary's High School and everyone present here, we would like to thank the team of Desh Apnaye and Actizen to give us a great platform for being an alert, active, and informed citizen of this country.
And we are very much thankful for Actizen and Vallabh sir to provide us the very big platform to showcase our talents and ideas. And it's a very good initiative taken by Desh Apnaye Club so that we can become active, informed and alert citizens of India. So I hope that you all agree with me, and let's have 3 cheers for Desh Apnaye and Actizen. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's rather hard to follow these students. Thank you so much, all our dignitaries, grand jury, principal, and teachers for gracing the occasion. Thank you so much to all you students for being such a wonderful audience. And yes, applauding every time I requested you to. So once, go ahead and applaud for yourselves.
So keeping the wonderful endeavor of this Desh Apnaye organization, some few lines are there stuck in my mind. May I speak these lines out? The lines are, मैं अकेला ही चला था मंजिले मकसूद को, मैं अकेला ही चला था मंजिले मकसूद को, लोग साथ आते गए और कारवां बनता गया. A very, very big round of applause to Desh Apnaye. Thank you, sir, and thank you very much, all the dignitaries present over here. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
I'd heard one line in a film, and I really feel Desh Apnaye exemplifies that perfectly. कोई भी देश ग्रेट नहीं होता है, उसको ग्रेट बनाना पड़ता है. Am I right? So we thank you for being part of this beautiful journey of Desh Apnaye and Actizen. We welcome you to join us for high tea and see you next year. Stay alert, stay informed, and stay active citizens. Be Actizens every day.
I must thank, and I should have started with them, our media partners, those who are media supports, Indian Express, ZTV, and Dainik Bhaskar. It's not easy for media and the press to take time out or take space out, and they did that in ample measure. I want to acknowledge their great contribution, great support, great encouragement to this. Please join us for high tea. Thank you.